All right, y'all. So today we're going to be making a top 10 LRs tier list for the final part of the main anniversary. We do expect there to be an EX part next week with a new Dokkan Fest. I mean, there's a lot of speculation that the next Dokkan Fest could even be an LR. Probably could make a video talking about that. There's a couple of things I do want to address before we get into this. Firstly, of course, the list is mainly because of these two characters dropping. I actually don't recall if I made a LR's tier list for the part 2 LRs actually. I'm pretty sure I did though. Let me take a look. I actually did not make a tier list, I believe, for the part 2 LRs that came out. So, I mean, hey, I guess this is going to also include that for this channel specifically, but I'm sure a lot of us can kind of guess where those LRs might be. These two are going to be the primary characters here. They just dropped and they are both very, very good. Secondly, I do want to mention the greatest tours here. There's this Jiren fight, which is really, really tough. I think a lot of us do agree that this Jiren fight is the toughest fight in the game currently. However, I'm not going to be considering this fight. And the only reason why is because it looks like it is a time limited fight. This event does leave on the 10th of March, which is pretty much when a lot of these other events for the anniversary leave. And with that in mind, I think this might be like an anniversary only event, which would suck, honestly. I don't know why they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this event is gonna go away. It feels really weird for them to go ahead and do that, but it seems to be the case. Now, because this seems like to be a limited time event, I don't really think there's a reason for us to fully judge characters. Like, I would, if this event was not a limited time event, I'd be like, yep, this for sure is going to be kind of like the strongest fight that we also want to consider when it comes to characters. But because of that, it's not going to have like much of a presence on this list, I feel like, because at the end of the day, we don't know if they're going to have events like this in the future. And while it's going to be like, I think, a partial consideration, it's not going to be anything crazy. Of course, there's an LR's only tier list with EZAs, etc., but that's kind of the preface of it. So you may hear me bring it up here and there, but it's not going to have a great change on the list. I think the primary fights we're still going to be considering will be Bio Broly, Cell Max, Gammas, even Goku Black Zamasu. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about Tamagami 1. Everyone hates that fight, but I think it's still a bit difficult. So yeah, I mean, we're going to start off with my honorable mentions. Now, there's actually, I'm going to put four characters in here, but one of the 4 characters is actually going to be in our number 10 spot. That is going to be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Omega Shenron. We have the Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta, and then Physical Ultimate Gohan. Now, these 4 characters, I think, are pretty close in strength, and I think you could argue a lot of them over the other, depending on the circumstances, depending on how the event is going on, things like that. I think these characters all have different strengths and weaknesses, but one of them right now stands out a little bit more than the others. Previously, that was Ultimate Gohan for me, but I think right now it is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So we have AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta right here in our number 10 spot for the tier list. We can bring this guy up right here. Now, the reason why I think I really like this guy is because of this recently. I think key support, I think, really is massive, first and foremost, for a lot of these fights. I think key support is just very, very important because there's so many bosses that are starting to lower our ki now or hinder our ki change orbs on the field, and a lot of characters, you know, do need to hit 24 ki, 18 ki. You know, you want to do as much damage as possible ideally. Even like some characters have defensive mechanics at high ki. This guy giving this 4-turn support like that, I just feel like it's such a huge presence that, you know, sometimes you don't even notice. And before GT Heroes, it was like a thing of, oh, you know, you would use physical Super Saiyan 4s, which is really nice. Then, you know, I think they're still good right now. They don't make the top 10 list, I think, right now, but they're still like top 15. I mean, could you argue that they're also an honorable mention? You definitely could. I don't think they necessarily make here, but the Scouter combo that they have with their counter. I just like less and less characters are doing that, and this guy just has that. It's so useful. But before it was like, okay, you know, this guy, then AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or maybe you would use in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's EZA, which is nice, right? But there's like linking clashing with these two right here. This guy, until he transforms, he's nothing really too crazy. This guy could struggle sometimes. And especially when you transform with them, he could be touched by certain normals, or, you know, you come back around and if he's back on the rotation, it could be a little bit scary for him because he's transformed. This guy's a lot better in, you know, other content, but I'm not saying anything about bad. He was still very good. But now we have these three characters, and I'm a huge fan of this Pan EZA. I think that it does suck that they kind of removed what made her great originally, but they still gave her stuff to make her good right now. And I feel like right now she's really just like great, and all across the stages that are available. We could even give her brownie points for the Jiren stage. She's actually, like, if we consider the Jiren stage into things like that, she's like a top 3 TUR right now, unironically, because of her attack debuff, her ability to sit in slot 1. Then in the second phase, she has the dodge. For Jiren's just like 100% defense lore crits, like actually insane. Pan actually does a really good job with that. These two existing though really help Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta a lot. I think that these two are very good characters. Obviously we'll go to them later in the list, but I feel like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like the GT Heroes thing, continues to help him out. He has the Ki Blast counter, which is really nice. He doesn't struggle against normals for most of the part. Like, he's just a consistently good character. He doesn't have any tough restrictions. He's just doing what he does, and he does a lot of damage. I feel like that's one thing a lot of characters just don't do. They like release characters, but they're not doing crazy levels of damage. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I feel like in my experience, still like he out damages the 4s, I think, until their active skill. Like, he's out damaging a lot of these characters outside of their active skill turns, I feel like. And even on this guy's active skill turn, he does so much, man. He's really just he's like a Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the sense that he's the one pushing the team forward. This guy is the one you kind of not necessarily build a team around, but he's helping you so much early game, and then you get to those active skill turns, bam, then you blow up the boss, right? I really I do like this guy a lot. And Ultimate Gohan, I feel like AG Ultimate Gohan not being usable on a lot of these comps as I would like does hurt a little. Kai Goku's still really good, but I feel like I'm ending up using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta more right now. But again, maybe we can get into another spot where, now I'm using Ultimate Gohan more. Again, these could change, right? These characters are very close in power. Omega Shenron, GT Bosses is still really good, but maybe it could be a situation where, now we get a new Dokkan Fest Super 17 this year, EZA Super 17 STR, Age of Omega EZA. Same linking update would be huge for Omega Shenron. Like, there's many things that could change, but I think I'm having this guy here for now. That's just what I'm feeling. So next we'll go on to the number 9 spot on the list, which actually does end up being the very same GT duo we talked about. Now, I am actually a little surprised that I don't have them as high. I think you could argue them one spot above, and we'll actually talk about him right now since we already know about this guy a lot into Future Gohan. I really do like the GT duo. I think they are a very strong character. Obviously, they just have a little bit, it's just frustrating, their design, because this character has a bit of weakness turn 1. Same with the physical Super Saiyan 3 duo. But the difference with those two is that the physical Super Saiyan 3 duo not only has dodge built into their kits, but on top of that, the physical Super Saiyan 3 duo also have what's it called? Like the ability to build them with dodge. And I found that very useful, at least in terms of living turn 1. You know, we're thinking about Cell Max, or, you know, again, if we're also considering a little bit the Jiren fight as well. But I just think that this guy could be caught by AoEs and a little bit with locking, if the time arises for that. And again, once they're able to get their super attack off that turn 1, they are very tanky again. They get all the super attacks. It's very hard to kill them. Like, don't get things twisted. But I don't think they're also doing like the craziest in terms of damage turn 1 either. Like turn 1, they're kind of like, they're okay. And whilst they have the revive ability here, which is really good, you do have to put them again, like I said, in harm's way. And because they want to take these 4 attacks specifically. And then this Spirit Bomb right here could do a lot of damage for sure. I think it's very powerful. This support is insane. This guy does a lot of damage there. But I feel like when it comes to, okay, ranking this guy as a revival kind of character between this guy as well, I feel like they have a similar idea to an extent. I think that this character I feel safer with. Bond Master Disciple is still really, really good. Let's take a look at Bond Master Disciple. New UI Goku. We have the blue Vegeta, who could definitely fit on the team. Kid Gohan is still really good. We have Ultimate Gohan. AGL Ultimate Gohan could get a few superhero characters, you know, on this team. So it's not too difficult for him to get his passive. This guy is still very good. We have the STR Blues on the team. Like, it's a very compact, good team. And this guy only needs 3 Bond Master and Disciple characters on the team, which also does include himself. So it's not hard for him to build it at all. You guys heard me talk about key issues. I think, you know, this guy's Rainbow Orb changing is so useful. The revival skill, I think, is also just way easier to get off. Turn 3 revive. This guy's invincible turn 1. This character could do a bit more damage turn 1. That's for sure. But I feel like in future Gohan is able to survive in more situations that first turn than the GT duo. And then even after that, you get to Trunks. He has the guaranteed dodge. But that's also because a lot of fights are very short right now. Though I guess, you know, it's not the toughest to get this out, so maybe I shouldn't like say it's like, oh, so tough to get this out. Same with the Z Spirit Bomb. The Z Spirit Bomb, they have the condition to get this under 50%. But unlike like the Z Spirit Bomb getting it under 50%, you can definitely feel like, oh, if you get this turn 1, then it doesn't do a lot of damage in these short fights. Whereas the Z Spirit Bomb is not. It doesn't depend on you getting stacks. The Z Spirit Bomb depends on how many orbs you're getting, which again, a character like in future Gohan could really help out. And then again, it's the fact of you have 2 revive characters that are really good right now. I feel like that could like, theoretically hurt this guy's value a little bit, because it's like, okay, well, if you want to run future Gohan's a character you need to run, you can't really utilize them on the same team together anymore, because then you use future Gohan's revive, oh, this guy can't revive. You use this guy's revive, future Gohan can't revive, and it does kind of suck. So these two clash a little bit. I don't think it's the biggest deal of all time, but I don't know, like I for my usage of these two, I feel like future Gohan has not necessarily provided more, but he's an easier to use character, whilst the GT duo can yield a bit of a higher result, especially with the standby mode. I think the base form kind of doesn't impress me as much as I would like, and you're going to be in the base form most of the time, so that's what makes the difference for me personally. And that's that. So after that, we do have our number 7 spot, which is the Super Saiyan 4s, the tag Super Saiyan 4s. I think before I had future Gohan above these guys, but I think, you know, as you know, the teams are spreading out, we're getting extra buffs to this team right here, which is still really good. Again, we just got the 2 8th anniversary EZAs. I mean, Power Beyond Super Saiyan is such a crazy team, but because of that, we have the UI Goku on here. We have this guy, Daima 4Ku. Like, this team is incredible. Still a very, very strong team. GT Heroes, we got a couple buffs, obviously, with the Pan GZA and then the GT Duo, who are also on Power Wishes, but this team is very strong, feels very nice. Now, this guy has a little bit of an issue turn 1 where, you know, if he can't attack, the AoE might do a bit of damage to him or anything like that. Or, you know, if it's an instant slot 1 super, he might take a bit of damage because he won't have this up. Once this is up, this guy is looking pretty good to me. And I actually am quite impressed with what Super Saiyan 4 Goku is able to do after you get the stacks up. I think this guy is king for long fights as well. Like, obviously, when you get this guy out eventually, and it does seem like we're getting new long fights soon. So with the, at least, choice battle, I guess the choice battle, though, I assume would also be limited time. There's not a confirmation on that, but still, I find this guy to be just a very easy to run character. The only thing is I wish that he always made the rainbow key spheres. Like, it was always like, you know, turn 1, he changes physical to rainbow as well, but then he always changes AGL to rainbow. That's the only thing I would change. And then give him key 4 per rainbow key sphere. But after that, I mean, this guy is doing so much. I think just in terms of being a slot 1 character, or even like an effective slot 2. And this. Key 2 and 20% defense multiplicative to all allies after receiving or evading an attack. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful buff. Really great buff. I love this so much. The defense isn't the most impactful, but the key, I think, is so nice right now. So good. This guy cooks. This character cooks. Now, I think they could have been a little more impressive early on, but once they get a little bit of that build up, Super Saiyan 4 Goku comes out. He does a lot. He does quite a lot. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and again, 90% reduction, 90% dodge, Spirit Bomb turn 4. This guy is explosive on that 4th turn. This guy's quite incredible, man. I like him. I like them. So a little better than I did on initial release as well, so we can kind of keep that in mind, because I think I had future Gohan about them. Now at 6 we have Kai Goku. I'm sure you guys have heard me sing praises about Kai Goku right now. This guy is pretty cracked. He's gonna age better than most of the lists, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have to talk about this guy much. Now, again, like I said, we're slightly considering Jiren right now. This guy does need a little bit of help in that fight, but he still does quite well, I think, overall. Like, I haven't had the most negative experiences with him. It just sucks that he just takes a lot of damage before he's able to build up. But once he's able to get the ball rolling in there, especially if you have like attack debuffers in there to help this guy out, he's actually just fine. But even in general, I mean, this guy's great in Battle Broly. This guy is great in the Cell Max fight. Like, he's like arguably the best character in the Cell Max fight. Because not only is he healing mid-turn for all the characters taking the AoEs, but he has the 70% chance to counter it. Then if he doesn't counter, he can at least survive it if he doesn't just live anyways. And then obviously he has the full HP recovery. Like, this guy, I would say, is the best character in the Cell Max fight. For sure. Still really good across all the different fights. He's not really susceptible to locking. Like, I'm a huge fan of Kai Goku. And of course, in long fights, he's going to be really great too. They gave this guy like a crazy easy, man. I absolutely love it. Now at number 5, we have the Z Spirit Bomb duo. And there's with these guys, man. So I like these guys better than the GT Spirit Bomb. I feel like this Spirit Bomb just feels a lot better in terms of damage and potential output than the GT duo. But also, you know, they're not even talking about these guys just yet. Like, you get this guy out, man. He's so good. He feels very invincible. This is such a huge buff. And they actually made the damage he does in the Spirit Bomb better. So that's also really good. He also really works well with the GT duo. You get their standby out, then I feel like the thing about the GT duo is I feel like their standby is more so used to power up this guy's Spirit Bomb than it is for their own Spirit Bomb sometimes, because this guy's Spirit Bomb one-shots anyways. But you do have that as an option. Again, more Rainbow Orb Changers are really good for this guy. He even makes the own Rainbow Key Spheres here. This doesn't really seem like too bad, because you grab like 7 Key Spheres with this guy, 77% reduction, plus the guard, plus this 500%. But then he's having like 4 million range of defense depending on how many stacks. Like I got 1 turn of stacks with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta one time. Was it 2 turns? Either it was 1 or 2 turns of stacks, right? Which is very, you know, it was a common turn in the difficult fights. And then, you know, when I was able to use a standby, I had about what 3.7 mil defense, and that allowed me to just I'm pretty sure it's in the showcase. This character just tanked the Bio Broly Super, but it doesn't matter if they are put in harm's way for the Bio Broly Super, because it's not like this character is attacking. Like here's the this is not the turn specifically. I think I got it on what turn was it that I got it? Where are these guys at? This is Bio Broly right here. I think it was the previous turn. Turn 3, yeah. So like they had 1 turn of stacks. Yeah, see that 3.7 mil right there. And then we put them against Bio Broly Super. Just watch this. I'm pretty sure they take it for like what 200-ish K range. Obviously they take the normals for double digits. And now it's just because I felt, oh no, he dodged it. But he would have lived that. I think I did the math on the stream, but I didn't show it. But he would have taken about what 230K or so, if I'm not fully mistaken. Then of course at the end we get the Spirit Bomb. Bio Broly was about, let's say, close-ish to 50% HP left, and then obviously he one shot. Goodbye, Bio Broly. Goodbye. Bye, buddy. You're dead. Goodbye. Yep. That's pretty good. No, and then the thing about these guys, I feel like they're a lot more compact turn 1 and safe turn 1, especially because you do have the option to get the high chance dodge supers. These guys are not struggling against normals. They're mostly going to struggle against super attacks, but this high chance dodge is so useful. And then I feel like this 50% defense works so well with the stacks they have. Like they stack quite fast. Like again, on that second turn, they're already at like 5 mil defense. Pretty much, so okay. Let's say you have 45 mil defense. And of course, mine do have special equips, but we can bring down the numbers. Let's say, you know, you have 3.5 to 4 mil defense range. Okay. You have like 4 mil defense with guard. And then you can get the 50% reduction and then high chance dodge supers if you had them slot 2 turn 1. Or if you put them in slot 1 turn 1 to slot 2, then it would be 4 mil defense with the 60% reduction, just flat out with the guard. And then post super attack, obviously they are even getting more stacks. So you guys get the point. And then they have guaranteed crits as well, compared to the GT Duo, who's just doing the 50% chance to crit, which allows you to build this guy full dodge. And another good thing about it is that they only have to attack. They don't have to actually receive attacks with the standby skill. So you can't, like, you can't dodge. Because the GT Duo would be so much better if they could also evade on the standby skill, but they can't. So I feel like this guy having the built-in dodge here is going to age better, and the fact that you could build dodge on him, and he already has guaranteed crit in the kit regardless on the Spirit Bomb, and this right here as well. Like, it's crazy. I feel like this guy is not going to do as much damage as like when the GT Duo are stacked up and you have a full crit build on them, which I think is common. But I mean, this guy is easier to use, less effort, I think more safer overall, better in longer fights too. This guy's crazy. Really good Spirit Bomb damage, just a W unit overall, man. And if we get like Festival Battles 2 or something, they're gonna absolutely kill it. Them and GT Duo, they'll both kill it. Then the next few characters are pretty much the exact same as my previous list. I don't really have to change too much. We have Daima Forku, I think, here. And the reason why I put Daima Forku above these guys is I think Daima Forku is consistently better throughout the fight until you get that Super Spirit Bomb out. I think, you know, not only is this guy's leader skill, like, this is still the best team in the game by far. This team is insane. But I just feel like he's just so good. And, you know, the 24 key thing was an issue at first, but then they just gave this character that gives so much key. You know, this guy in the Sandbag Rainbow Orb changes. The blue Vegeta side of this guy, where is it? If you guys actually didn't know, this guy when he receives a super attack, actually does give all allies 3 ki for multiple turns. So if you know an enemy is going to super attack this guy, like a scripted super attack, like let's say even Bio Broly or Cell Max, or let's say even the new Jiren fight, for example, usually he's going to super you instantly, giving this ki 3 allows this guy to very consistently hit that 24 ki. But it's not even just him. We talked about this earlier. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta gives a lot of ki. Tech Pan gives a lot of ki. Who else here? I mean, if you're running even this guy, Super Saiyan 3 Diamond Vegeta, he's even able to give that ki 3 support on his 3rd turn, which is really nice. You know, ki 3 to just all allies, I believe, right? Yeah, all allies ki 3 for 3 turns. Very, very nice ability. If you are running a brand in this guy, he could help. Rainbow Orb changing with the future Gohan. It's just good. Like, very useful amount of characters that are given ki. Even Majin Ku in certain events, Majin Du in certain events. Like, ki is just not really as much of an issue for this guy as it was like on his original like kind of release at the beginning of the anniversary. And obviously you still have to hit the EX Super ideally, but it's not even a necessity for him to do good damage. Like, he's still doing 100 mil plus damage. I think even at 55%, he could hit those really high numbers. His active skill turn, the boss is dead. GG, you're cooked. He's even giving this, which is nice. Now, I feel like this isn't the craziest because it's only restricted to Daima. That's one reason why I have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta not even up here, because, you know, we take a look at the Daima support. I don't think it's crazy. The category isn't that great, but also Vegeta, it's like, he's the difference between these two. Vegeta supporting Daima and Vegeta family and isn't really that great against AoEs per se. And this, I don't really feel like, I feel like this could be nice for sure. But then this, I feel like you don't really see this too often. And it's like a decent buff, right? Since it's just a phase 1 buff. But this guy is supporting giving super effective to Goku family characters, which is cool. He's also giving 40% attack. Then in slot 1, he has 60% reduction plus the guard and giving all allies another 40% attack. So he could be providing 80% attack support to Goku family characters. And guys, I think Goku family is a pretty good team right now. Goku family has a lot of really recent relevant characters that are pretty good. You know, could do some good damage on some certain turns, things like that. Oh wow, the OC ended already. How long is this video? This is a 27-minute video. Oh shit, I didn't even, damn, I've been talking. I didn't even notice it was this long. Obviously Diamond 4Q. I like this guy a lot. I mean, could you argue these two above Diamond 4Q? Yeah, I think I had Kai Goku above him last time. I mean, again, these, I think it's tough. Like, you got up here, it's really tough. Now we have Goma. Wait, Goma's right here. Well, okay, well, let us fill out the rest of the list. UI Goku, Goma, and then the blues. Actually, I had the blues. I saw the blues too. I do like the blues a lot. I mean, interchangeable between these two. I mean, again, I would say if the Jiren fight was permanent, you could have had a really strong argument for something like this even. Like, if the Jiren fight was permanent, shit, could you even say this guy best unit in the game? Like, I would not agree with you, but I wouldn't disagree with you. Like, I think that it's all dependent on what events are around and situations, but Jiren is a time-limited event, unfortunately. So I don't want to, like, put a lot of stuff into that, right? Just like how we got the, what was it? The Kid Buu, burst mode. That guy was crazy tough. But yeah. Anyways, this is my list. I mean, I could expand more on UI Goku here, but do I have to really? I mean, UI Goku guaranteed dodge support, doing some decent damage, providing this crazy support to normal gods is actually insane. Then, of course, Blue Vegeta, damage king, slot 1, 100% reduction, crazy, just like damage on the active skill as well. Like Vegeta is crazy. I don't know. That's like all it gets described this character as crazy. The only issue is their leader skill isn't one of the things I would say is necessarily crazy, obviously, but has some good options, and you can definitely run a solid team. Now we also know that there's still some Realm of Gods characters that not only need EZAs, but Realm of Gods characters that will be coming out like God Goku and Beerus. But one thing I want to point out, I don't know why these two sub EZA. These two sub EZAs would be so nice right now, in my opinion. But again, we take a look here. I mean, this guy can get a super EZA. These two getting super EZAs as well. Physical God Goku EZAs on the way. The Blues EZAs on the way. And we're looking mostly at super class for this, just because when it comes to the Realm of Gods team right here, this guy is supporting a lot of super class for the dodge, right? This is also just like a major super class support, right? So either way, oh yeah, this guy's support still does apply to superclass allies too. It's just 20%, not the 60%, but still, I mean, this could be useful. Goma and Blues, I mean, you could switch them depending on what you like better. Goma is cracked. Even in the Jiren fight, you would think that at first, you know, because Jiren's dodge canceling, Goma would have troubles, but Jiren doesn't attack enough in each slot for Goma to lose his reduction in many situations. And then on top of that, Goma has his giant form in turn 3. Actually, he doesn't have his giant form. No, actually, Goma's giant form. Let me double check the condition, because he has to dodge, but it's also if he evades an attack, or is it if he receives an attack? Yeah, after he receives or evades an attack, so it doesn't matter. Like he has his giant form turn 3, and then GG, you know. So that's funny. The Blues don't have that, but I think the Blues are better across other fights. They just have better teams. Though the giant, you could again throw Goma in the best team in the game. This guy's team. There we go, GG. So, anyways, let me know what y'all thinking. I appreciate y'all for watching. This is my list. We'll just end things off. I mean, we're gonna get new fights later on. It's gonna be fun. I should actually bring up legendary power. But yeah, if you're someone who skips to the end of the video to see what the tier list is, hello, watch the points of the tier list. Let me know what you guys think of my tier list, at least in the comment section. Yeah. Okay, everything aside, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.